Hi guys, it's Alex here from Recombu, and we're just going to have a look at a few of the new improvements to Android 4.1 Jelly Bean, which just graced the Samsung Galaxy Nexus, compared to the current leading competitor, which is of course Apple's iPhone 4S. Fundamentally, there's nothing new on the phone itself. It does feel like a new device though with this update. It has really kind of improved the user experience, and you don't realise until you compare it alongside Ice Cream Sandwich what exactly it's done. The biggest difference, aside from some little UI tweaks like this new lock screen, which has this nice little dot pattern that you can see here, is the service which Google called Project Butter when they were talking about Jelly Bean at Google I/O earlier this year. And really what that's done is that's improved the frame rate of the overall UI, so that it just provides a much slicker, smoother experience, and it is noticeable. It was one of the first things that we picked up on when we first got the update. It's really nice, really fast, really slick, and it's consistent throughout the UI. It doesn't matter how many widgets you use, calendars or third-party applications, things like that. It's really smooth and solid. What it does do is it does bring it up on par. I mean, iOS has always been a fast OS, and so Project Butter, what it's actually done is kind of brought it in line with the speed. So the scrolling speed is pretty slick and consistent. It does look snappier, but in real world use, they're about as smooth as each other now, and they're both pretty solid and consistent. So you'll get a really nice experience now from Android devices running Jelly Bean, as you would have already expected from iOS devices there. But it just makes it a much more competitive kind of edge in usability terms. Also, there are a few other improvements. I mean, Google were able to bring their whole voice search system offline. That's not something we're going to be trying out right now, but they have improved the look and feel of it as well. It's got more accurate results. So we're just going to test it with a simple a weather check in, I don't know, let's pick somewhere like New York. So we'll put that against Siri. What's the weather like in New York?
It's 31 degrees.
Okay, here's the weather for New York City, NY, the United States today through this Saturday.
So the iPhone was a little bit slower on the uptake there, but the results are a little bit more comprehensive. I mean, Google's weather information gives you 4 days, whereas the iPhone gives you a 6-day forecast. So it is kind of better to use Siri, unless you want speed, in which case Google Now, which is what Google Voice is actually operating through, is showing you here. A new service that's really just come to Jelly Bean is Google Now, which is a feature you can access by swiping up from the bottom here. And one that provides you with is, depending on your traits and habits, either weather information or travel information or any sort of information that you might need based on where you are and when you're there. This, of course, is something that will only really happen on Google Android Jelly Bean devices. At the moment, Siri has similar sort of services, but you have to ask for them. And there's no such kind of direct automated system that allows you to instantly find what you might be looking for based on predictive habits and things like that. Aside from this, right now there's not a lot to see. The real comparison will be when iOS 6 lands later this year, which will of course grace the iPhone 5 and come to the iPhone 4S no doubt in the weeks to follow. Aside from that, yeah, that's the main features between the iOS 5.1.1 I believe we're running here, and Android Jelly Bean 4.1.1 we're running here on the iPhone 4S and the Samsung Galaxy Nexus. So thanks.